Tiki says, I don't care about Amplitube. I'm here for John. That is so nice. Thank you very much. So, I think before I can even play guitar today, I need to set up something so that you guys don't hear the direct guitar. I guess this will have to do. So I'm coming up mono through my Restream output. I probably got quieter. There's delay on my voice now. Shit, of course there is. Yeah, this is a much more jank stream than I had planned. But, well, it is what it is, I guess. This is Amplitube 4. I put up the performance meter here, so you can see the difference between Amplitube 4 about, I don't know, 0.4, 0.45 CPU use for one instance at 64 samples. It does 64 samples of PDC, or one block. And Amplitube 5 is similar, maybe a bit higher. And then Helix is close to double. That's Amplitube 4. Here's the effects window for Amplitube 4. Let's put this down here. This is the maximum size for Amplitube 4. And on a 27-inch screen, it's this big. And here's Amplitube 5. It takes a little bit longer to load up. The plugin is resizable. This is the minimum size, and it can fill the full height. So good for doing it at a distance. It does take up a little bit more space. Another 25, 50% more than Amplitube 4. Yeah, so you can see this is a totally new interface. It's going to take me quite a while to get used to this. So let's just kind of familiarize ourselves with Amplitube 4, where we've got the signal chain always displayed here. Tuner, stomp B, 2 amps, which can be series, parallel, or anything. I guess the amps can't be in series, but amps. Then there's an insert section if you upgrade. Cabs, racks. In the cab section, we've got, at least for the 4x12s and things, you've got amp, speaker. Let's go to a 4x12. 4x12, you can choose different speakers. There's the mic position. You can also grab the mic here, move it. Different rooms, and a mixer. So that's pretty much the same. There's always a noise gate. There's always a tuner available, and then controls for each thing. I think that's always worked really well for me. I can always jump to the stomps. I can always jump to the amps. And if I want to choose something, it's from this list right below in each section. It's a little annoying that like the stomp section, you go down here to the bottom. Amp section, it's over here. When you choose a different amp, it's this selector is not always in the exact same place. Close, but not always. But kind of the interface is very similar from one amp to another. In the cabs, it's like you can scroll through this. Actually, mouse wheel doesn't scroll through here. Just this big list, horizontal list, showing you like 6 at a time. So in Amplitube 5, we've got this signal chain diagram down here, and now it's drag and drop. So like if you click on any of these, it doesn't like, I keep doing that. I keep thinking that this button here adds in a plugin, like a stomp section, but that splits the signal into 2 chains, or up to 3 different amps and 2 or a stereo chain, looks like. I don't know. I don't have the full version of Amplitube, but I'm kind of just showing you what you get with Amplitube Custom Shop, which is a free version, plus the Fender and the SVX. Before we get too far into this, let's look at some of the questions. What guitar and what interface? This is a Fender Aerodyne Telecaster, stock, except for the pots. I dropped my pick. Going into a, what is this? A Monster cheap cable, the cheapest Monster cable. They've just been kind of durable, and I got a discount on them, so I've been using them. And it's a Arturia Audio Fuse audio interface, going direct in, and the gain's at like, I don't know, 10 o'clock on there. I'm not using the boost. So we have this gear list always available. Once you have some things in the chain and clicking on them, it will scroll the list to that amp or cab or whatever, and a single click will load those. We can switch to different categories here. We can also search at any time. So I typed in EQ, I got graphic EQ. Graphic EQ can go anywhere. So you can drop in a rack gear into the pedal chain, which is kind of cool. Yeah, and click out anywhere to edit that. But the weird thing is I have EQ pedals. So I do have EQ pedals. So there's all these, like, I don't know, so far I found this list a little bit harder to manage. You can drag and drop to replace. Just, yeah, I find it a little bit harder to manage, the drag and drop thing, not having that slot visible even when it's empty. The UI gets bigger, remarkable technology right there. Yeah, I mean, yeah, on a 4K screen, that Amplitube 4 UI was pretty small. Drag and drop is a drag, a little bit. Once you have a plugin, or once you have a pedal in here, you can see the full list. So going back to Amplitube 4, I preferred having the stomp section always visible and having my 6 pedals kind of shown here automatically. Like, I know that I have space for 6 pedals. So I guess the thing to test is, can you have more than 6 pedals in here? So no. Yes? Yes, you can. Maybe? No. There's room for 5, but you can have 6. Okay. You can probably do the same as bias effects, just drag a pedal into the effects chain. Yes, you can. I find the list a little bit not great to manage so far. I have a big list and not everything is available, though you can click this button here to only show what I have unlocked. So this is everything I don't have unlocked. This is everything, and this is just what I have authorized. So let's see. So there isn't anything like shift click to bypass or anything like that. You got to right click and bypass. or right click to remove. Power button here bypasses it. This is all kind of normal. Choose empty and it automatically slides over. It will take some getting used to, but it's not better than the old pod farm, I would think. But the UI is pretty nice. Let's go to the cab section here. So this is a 4x12 high amp. This one I think is a paid one. I unlocked it in Custom Shop. Okay, so you said, looks like they went the Helix way. And here's the thing, Helix is even worse. So I do have Helix as well. And the UI is resizable. Yeah, actually to a greater extent. It is more resizable. Can we hide the presets list? Yes. We can't hide the whole browser. But the signal chain, you always know that you have more slots available, because when you hover over it, you get this dot and it takes you to the empty list, which is pretty nice. This button here will show you pictures of the pedals instead of just a flat list. And then when you click it, it adds it in. And there's no plugin UI or pedal UI like this. But similar to Helix, you can put the pedals in any position. You can put it after the amp, you can split the signal, you can do anything you want. I should say, like, installation and everything was very simple with this. If you're an IK Multimedia customer, they have like a product manager. Now this is actually really easy. You just sign in. It shows you what's available. You can download it from here. I wish these were clickable. Like if you click on installed software projects, it would actually show you what you haven't, but it kind of shows you here as well. But yeah, it was like Amplitube 5. I saw it here. I clicked on install, and I think I had to restart my computer. But other than that, it was simple. And then Custom Shop has been also updated. I wish I could show you the old version because I did prefer that, but this doesn't show you what you own already. So it's a little bit weird. Like, where do I see what I already have? Where do I see like the full list of everything? I'm not really a fan of this. Okay, here's all stomps. It would be cool to see like what you already own, or like be able to maybe hide the ones that you have. Ascender 816 says, wish there were minimalist layout options for these amp sims. Really don't care how pretty a simulated pedal is, just how they sound, how stable, snappy the UI is. Yeah, you might like Helix more because it does have like basically the same interface as their hardware. So a delay pedal is just these horizontal sliders. Mouse wheel moves things, or you can grab them. There's a drop down list for everything here, or you can type in. I don't find this particularly like inspiring to use. So like compared to my real pedal board, I find this harder to use. It doesn't feel like an instrument or like an extension of my instrument. Whereas this, it's like, okay, I've got color switch, rate knob. I understand that. It's really easy. Marshall says, I always run my 808 pedal in front of my interface 24/7. Yep. That's a good call. I don't have the 808. I've got the TS7. I've got a boutique, like, Tube Screamer clone. Yeah, lack of interface makes it more pro. I don't know if I agree with that, but it definitely works a lot like their hardware. Thoughts on S Gear 2? No idea. Amplitube has kind of just been my go-to because it's the custom shop version was like very easy to get into. Had a lot of gear that I was familiar with hardware. It's easy to demo stuff for upgrading. Come on. This feels like it's using a lot more CPU now. Yeah, it's basically doubled. We're kind of comparing like what has changed from the last version. Amplitube 4 has this preset manager thing. Oh, there is here too. I hadn't clicked that button yet. Different banks. This is stuff I've never seen before. I mean, it's good that it's all set up automatically. Sound character lead. So far, it's only loading stuff that I have all the modules for. What do the diagram do? Can you move things around, split things, and such? So let's, yeah, you can. So I've got a spring reverb and a compressor in the rack section. And you can absolutely drag them around. So I've got that compressor at, before the amp now. I got go to the stomps and mix and match rack gear with the stomp. So if you have a rack module, you have to hit the edit button to see that. But basically, it's like putting a 500 series rack, that sort of style of module in there, which is pretty cool because there weren't really a lot of reverb pedals, but now that digital delay module. So if I go over to Amplitube 4 and I go to stomps, there's no reverb category here. So you got to go to, like, I don't know. The Fender has the spring reverb, but that's it. I think that's the only one you could use. And then there was the insert section, which is basically putting the rack before the other stuff. I think something that people very seldom used was the different preset orders you could use. These 8 buttons are like different routing configurations. I think most people use mode 1, which is mono in through 10 pedals to 1 amp to 1 cabinet, and then out to 10 rack spaces. And that's all more configurable separately now. I'll get to the cabinets eventually here. There was one version of Amplitube where you could change distance of the microphone, and I think they made that a paid feature now, or in Amplitube 4 they changed that. I think Amplitube 3 you could change the distance of the mic, which makes it a lot easier to adjust the phase and stuff. All right, Chris says you can do it in 4. So, I mean, I can move it up and down, left and right, but I can't change the distance. I don't know how to change the distance. All right, so here, move it down, up, down, left, right. I think it's this button, but you have to upgrade. Speaker select sections only for 412s. So what I find annoying is having to scroll and scroll and scroll for the different speaker options. So I have most of them unlocked. The weird thing is a lot of these look like they're unavailable because they're like gray on gray with gray text. But minor detail. So like, I don't know. Mic. It's cool that you can make them 45 degrees off axis, but I don't see a distance control. Click it from the base of the microphones? Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, they totally changed that interface. It used to be like a dot on like a grid, and you can move it forwards, backwards, up, down, left, right really easily. No, I was completely wrong on that. I didn't realize. It's not obvious. It's definitely not obvious. They should have like a, some sort of indicator that you can grab there. Just put a dot there. Put a dot on the microphone to indicate that you can move those. So I had no idea. I mean, there's no difference between height and left and right. You don't need both. Click the black microphone icon and grab the bottom orange dot. What? Oh yeah, there's this. But it used to be different. No, I'm just wrong. It's been a while since I played with this. Yeah. So is there the same view here? I don't think there is the same view as this. Where you can move this around and change the distance. I don't think there's the same thing. It's good that you guys are here. I'm glad I did this with an audience because you guys are answering questions that, you're solving issues that I thought were there, but actually aren't. Also, I think in the last live stream or some recent one, I was talking to someone about Helix, and there was no tuner, but the most recent update, I think it was the most recent update. I think there is a tuner here somewhere now. I just updated, but I think they're supposed to have a tuner somewhere. This is one that could definitely use a search. Anyone know if Helix has a search? Oh yeah, you guys are hearing me without a compressor. Good point. You're hearing me without all my makeup. 57 engineers mixing my sound right now. Cool. All right, so this preset, Bad Rock, sounded pretty decent. One thing I noticed yesterday when I was playing with this, the Amplitube is way louder than Helix. All the presets in Helix are coming out at like -12, and this almost always clips. So I was looking for the tuner in Helix. Where is it? Oh, there's a button up here. Cool. Yeah, I was thinking it was like a pedal. But, it took them like 4 years to put that in there. All right, so let's look at managing the microphones here. So, mic 1, switch to the 57. Oh, I did mic 2. Mic 1, 57. Not really hearing much difference going between normal and 45. Not as much as a real mic would. And it's definitely like crackling now. Okay, and then mic 2, going to invert the polarity. Want this mono. Yeah, guitar rig is one that I never got along with. I don't know, it's just not for me. I seem to be pretty quick with dialing in tones with Amplitube compared to any others. I think the main thing that's kind of throwing me off with Amplitube 5 is the mic and the pedal and cabinet selection here. But we do have a search function, which is nice, if you know exactly what they're called. But if I search for 57, I still have to be in the correct mic or an amp section. I don't know. If you're looking for 5150 in the mic, in the amp section, you're not going to find 5150. You have to know that it's called the Metal Lead V. Did Amplitube 5 come with artist presets? There's not a lot of new presets here. So we've got the Brit 8000. There is a digital delay in the effects loop. I don't hear it. Oh, it's very subtle. Overdrive, noise gate. So this one's going through 2 different amps and 2 cabs. That's pretty cool. So this is a Marshall style plus a Fender style. So this is, who was that? Booligan Diaries. Is this the free version or the max version? This is free plus a bit of the custom shop stuff. So if you, let's see. I bought a bunch of the pedals. I bought a few amps. I have the Fender pack and the original SVX pack for bass stuff. And I bought all the mics. And I have most of the cabs, or at some point I had all the cabs. In terms of features, what you're seeing is what you get with the free version, but there's some things I've unlocked. I spent like 800 points or something like that. What cab is that? 4x12 vintage closed. And this is the Brit 8000. This one's called Buckley. This is a pretty solid tone. It's gonna mute these other tracks. We'll see if reduces the CPU load a little bit. I'm playing this on the lowest buffer size, 64. I guess I could go lower, but I kind of want to see performance with this. Of course, streaming at 1440p is probably using quite a bit of CPU as well. They should make this one the default preset. If you already have amps and pedals in Amplitube 4, you have to buy everything again. No, and that's one of the great things about Custom Shop. Once you add it to your account, it's yours for, I don't know. I think I started, when did they start doing Custom Shop? Version 3, I think? So I've had version 3, 4, and now 5, and my same purchases are still there. And I guess they've improved in quality. The modulation pedals didn't sound that great to me yesterday. I don't know why. Spring reverb, good question. No. Okay, so under the name Spring, no. For reverb, there is the 63 reverb from the Fender collection. And then there's a few other reverbs. Hall reverb, inverse reverb, plate, room, shimmer, and digital. This is taking a lot of CPU. As the reverbs in the amps improved, I haven't really noticed. I don't tend to use them like that. Like if I go to the Fenders, or well, they were pretty good sounding last time. I wish it was a little darker, if anything. That sounds pretty good. If I switch to a Fender amp, much darker. And I like that sort of reverb intensity or reverb tone. One thing I noticed, there isn't an option to match or unmatch the cabs. That was in Amplitube 4. So when you, where is it? Was it? Wasn't it? I swear it was. Oh yeah, there's this match button. So when that is lit, it's going to match your cabinet to your amp. So let's go to the Amplitube clean, tube clean, go to cabinet. It's no longer an orange. And with this one, it seems that it doesn't automatically match. And I didn't see an option for that. Maybe that's hidden somewhere. Next to the cab name, there's an icon. I'm not seeing it. Is Amplitube 5 not part of Total Studio Max? Studio 2 Max? I don't know. I really don't know about that. I've never had that. I guess what I would suggest is if you already have Amplitube 4, you've already unlocked a ton of gear, just switch to Amplitube 5 for the better interface. Maybe buying points is better than doing the upgrade. Like I said earlier, I haven't tried any of the like exclusive features. I don't think I ever bought Amplitube 4. I had Amplitube 3, and then 4 came out, and I just spent some points in the custom shop. So, yeah, I guess the UI is better in most ways, I think. I find the list a little bit slower in some ways. I don't really like that like the stomp section isn't always visible. Like you can't see this page unless you have a plugin there already. I keep saying plugin. I mean pedal there already. Whereas with Amplitube 4, if this is empty, like it's still visible. If I take this out, it disappears. They don't have stereo processing. What are you talking about? They do. They always have. So in Amplitube 4, I think maybe this is muted, so it won't work. Where is it? One of these buttons. Yeah, if you press 2 and then you switch to stereo in, then that gives you stereo. But in channel 1, it sums to mono, or mode 1, it switches to mono. And in Amplitube 2, we go to this button, I think. Maybe? Well, maybe you can't do stereo in this version without upgrading. I do not know. Is version 5 stereo out? I would say probably. This is loading as a 2-in, 2-out plugin. Can I share my presets? I haven't made any presets in years, and I don't have them on my computer. I think they're on my Mac. Do I use third-party IRs? I kind of like the amps and cabinets in Amplitube. I have at times. If you are doing that, then there is this preference I noticed. You can turn off cabinets globally. So you can go through the presets and all the cabinets will be bypassed. So pretty cool if you already have your own impulse response loader. Keep doing that. Keep pressing the wrong button. Where's the noise gate? Noise gate is now a pedal. So you can put this at the beginning of the chain. You can also put this in the amp effects chain or anywhere else you want. So the tuner is still global. So you can see it on the circuit diagram or the signal chain, or you can enable it through here. So pretty simple, similar to previous versions, but the noise gate's now like a pedal. So you can put it before or after anything. All right, so let's go through the process of trying out something. Like, what's this Nirvana pedal? So I clicked on a plugin, or a pedal that I don't own. Custom shop opens up. It goes to this pedal. Can read a little bit about it. It's a Wampler Nirvana. So it's got chorus vibrato. Sure. This is included with Amplitube 5 Max. So click on try. Hit OK. Trial mode's been activated. And now I see a little icon for like a clock on there. Oh. Okay, there we go. I actually don't know how long that lasts. How long? Oh, great. What happened? Not supposed to do that. 2 days and 23 hours remaining. That's not supposed to happen. Where'd it go? It's not supposed to hiss. Is this a resource hog like Amplitube 4? Yeah, I think it's a little bit worse. One thing I'd still really like to have with Amplitube is like a initialized controls function. Like, so let's say I always want the diode overdrive to start with the tone at 50%, the distortion at 2, and the level at 5. I would like to lock my defaults for each pedal somehow. Now it's not showing me. It usually scrolls to that pedal. And this demo mode stopped working. Maybe that's a bug. Demo mode doesn't seem to be working right away. How many pedals fit in the board? It looked like 6. It looks like 6 before and 6 after the amp. This is the Ampeg delay. Can't remember if I bought this separately or if this all comes with the original SVX that I got for free, I don't know, years ago. The DI features. It just passes the clean signal out to the output. And then you can't actually even control the signal. I would say it's probably more for bass players to blend a clean signal in with everything else. It's too bad you can't change the order, because it would be kind of cool to take an output after the pedals before the amp if it was bass. I'm pretty sure it's just I don't know. Rich, I didn't install the standalone, but definitely check that you've selected your audio interface. All right, what was I doing here? Didn't I have another tape echo here? Where did that go? I looked away and like, analog delay. Where did I lose that pedal somehow? It was there, I swear. All right. All right, let's try the shimmer reverb. Okay, and then how do I refresh this? Okay. I gotta swell into this one. The tube compressor is still there, I think. It just looks a little different. Come on. Go in. Go. Go into the chain. I'll drag it down here. Oh, is there... There must be a limit. Huh. Empty. Unless I'm like severely overloading the processing this can do. It seems like overall there may be fewer effect slots now. So 3 pedals, and I don't seem to be able to add in more. I can put it here, but I can't put it here. I got a bunch of noise from somewhere that came on. Try adding a cab at the end of the chain, adding a second cab. I don't think you can. No, it looks like it's locked. I can put the rack between. That seems fine. I think I can put 6 there. But after the cab, it seems like I can only do 2. Interesting. Good questions. So David asks, do I have any favorite amp sims? The Lepu 456 is one of my favorite kind of standalone preamp. I like the Jet City that's in this, if you unlock it. I like this one enough that I bought the real thing. Let's change this cab. So yeah, I think the cabinet changed, didn't it? Yeah, the cabinet definitely changed when I switched there. 4X. Let's do, what do I like with this? I think I like the closed vintage. I think possibly what happened is there's this parallel chain that was in the preset, and that's messing with the maximum amount of DSP I can use here. But I don't know how to remove it. So yeah, it could be that. Let's put this pitch in the... I don't know about this shimmer. What was I gonna do? I was gonna do another delay. Come on. Let's do this more straightforward delay. All right, so I want this one with no repeats and this one with some repeats. Or let's switch that. Side chaining in guitar chains usually, so I would say no. And also the pedal chain goes in the backwards order compared to real pedals, so it goes from right to left in real life, but it goes left to right in Amplitube and most plugins as well. And where'd my reverb go? Adventures in Modern Recording says that's so counterintuitive. The pedal order, it works on the screen, but if you're used to real pedal board, the first time you realize that it's working in the wrong direction, it's like, yeah, it's something. Works about as poorly as my real OC2. Try a custom IR for cab. Yeah, sure. Okay, I'll bypass these and where's the button? Where's the button to bypass? Right click, bypass. Okay, there's no button in the actual interface to bypass. Yeah, sounds horrible. Bypass that. Okay, so then I'm just gonna use the Reaper one. Might actually be the only one I have installed. Okay, add file. So there's 1964 by 12. David, I don't know what city you live in, but I'm pretty sure you'll be able to find a free bass. If not, under $100. It's going to sound better than going through an octave pedal. And bypass. There's a volume difference, but what was that? What was that? Come on. It's a 1960, so what would that be in terms of this? Vintage M1? I'm gonna bypass the cab, switch to this. It feels more aggressive, but a bit thinner. I don't think you can load a cab IR inside of Amplitube 5. Maybe you need standalone version? I'm not seeing like an IR. Oh, custom IR. All right, let's bring back the delays. I'm not seeing the option. I don't know. I did notice that the in Stomps there's now a Sans amp. So that's tempting, even though I've got a few different models of real pedals and plugins of that. Have I tried Reamp Studio by Audio Assault? I have not. You know what? You just mentioned something that I hadn't seen. I don't see size controls for the cabinets in Amplitube 5, but you do have that option in 4. You've got this like slider here. I guess it just resamples. But yeah, that can make a huge difference in the sound. I guess that's only with the custom options, or maybe that's in that VIR tech. I don't know. Who made Amplitube? It's IK Multimedia. Let's go to default. And let's try plugging a few things after this. 2. Can only put 2 after the cabinet, even in an empty preset. That's kind of disappointing. You used to be able to put 10. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thanks for joining the live stream without any notice. I just went live and here you guys are. Give the video a like if you liked it. And I might do another video on Amplitube 5. I'm not really sure. But I just wanted to check this out, have some fun with you guys, and thank you guys for watching. Thanks. Thanks to my patrons and YouTube members. If you want to support the Reaper blog, this is a great way to do it. And thanks for watching. See you guys in the next video.